The new director of tennis and head men's tennis coach here at Monmouth University is Kyle Bailey. He's giving us a few minutes here during his season. And Coach, it's probably been a whirlwind few weeks for you, but first let's talk about and first of all, congratulations, but what attracted you to the position here at Monmouth University?
Well, I had heard first about the team through the basketball team, having a pretty good season. But I came here on the campus and everyone was really nice. The facilities are great. It's a great town. And the school in Maryland has really sold me on the fact that they are really supportive of the program, and I think the sky's the limit. So I'm looking forward to having a great year, and I'm excited to be here.
And it's an interesting time during the year. You come in literally right at the beginning of the season, and
yeah.
What maybe unique challenge that you haven't gone through before has now that posed for you?
Well, it was interesting. After the first 2 days of me being here, we went and played a match. So I got to find out really right away where we were at, what our strengths and weaknesses were. But it's been great. I mean, normally you have a whole semester to sort of train to get ready for the season, and now I'm just getting right into it. So I think everybody's learning a lot. The kids are learning a lot about me. I'm learning a lot about them. But it's gone well so far. I'm happy with the group of guys that we have here. We've got a really good core group of guys, and I think that they've been working really hard. So.
And your background is an interesting one. When we were kind of going through the process and saw you were a head coach at 24 down at your alma mater at American, and then were an assistant at Maryland. But first, take us through your time with the Eagles and being a head coach at 24. How was that?
Yeah, it was tough. There was a little bit of an adjustment period. I was, coaching a lot of the guys that I used to be on the team with. I was really fortunate, though. I had a senior captain who really stood up and took charge with the team. And, I just tried to be myself, really. And, I had worked really hard as a player and as a captain for the team. So I didn't try to be the previous coach. I tried to just be who I thought I was. And I think it worked out really well. We had a great group of guys there, and looking to really sort of build a similar type of program, similar size school. I think there's a lot to be said for the mid-major Division I's, where the kids can really be the big man on campus, and it's a fun experience.
Well, and you kind of undersold, but a lot of success as well down at American that you enjoyed in the Patriot League, and then spent some time at the University of Maryland, and then got into the individual side of talent development.
Yeah.
As a head coach now, you've experienced coaching at both the highest level and the mid-major level and talent development. It's an interesting mixture how it ties into now developing student athletes at Monmouth.
Yeah, I think it was sort of an interesting path that I ended up taking, but looking back on it, I think it was a really great learning experience. I got to see how the recruiting process takes place from the other side. And I think the one thing that I took away from it was, two things. One, I think having a chance to really see how players develop in a long term and see how these kids and how impressionable they are, that was a really eye-opening experience for me. And I've really tried to come in and talk to the kids a lot about developing and seeing a long-term plan for them to really help them become great tennis players as individuals. And tennis is an interesting sport because it's a team sport, but it's also an individual sport. And obviously, if the kids are continuing to develop individually and they're growing as players and as people, you'll end up with a better team. So that was the one thing. But I think also just finding out about how important it is to find out a lot of things about the players, because I had a chance to be with them, be around their families, and you really find out a lot of things you can't see just by watching a video or going to see a player play for one match.
And Coach, I'm going to put you on the spot now for my final question. And you already alluded to it a bit, what attracted you to Monmouth University, but now I'm going to let you address the potential student athletes, the parents out there. What would you say to them when you are recruiting them to hopefully and eventually one day become a Hawk?
Sure. I think the biggest thing that we try to do here, and what I've seen with a lot of the other programs here at Monmouth University, is that this can be a place for really inspired people and motivational people to want to come and use this as a vehicle for them to achieve success later on in life. I think that Monmouth Athletics is very dedicated to winning and wanting to win championships, but at the same time, I think that we do a fantastic job here of really providing a great experience and a well-rounded character development and leadership skills through a lot of the things that the athletic department does.
Well, Coach, we really appreciate it. Obviously, we're excited to have you at the helm of the tennis program
Thanks.
here, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
It's the new head coach of Monmouth Men's Tennis and the director of tennis here at Monmouth University, Kyle Bailey.